Next on Jersey Matters, we continue our conversations with New Jersey's gubernatorial candidates, how a Tenafly councilman plans to come from nowhere to take the Democratic nomination. Also, a program where you learn a musical instrument to deal with severe breathing problems. And New Jersey, one of the first in the country to use drones to find those who tend to wander off. Those stories and a whole lot more because Jersey Matters. I'm Larry Mancy. Welcome to Jersey Matters. As part of our promise to introduce you to all of the candidates running for governor, I'd like to introduce you to Democratic candidate Mark Zinna, who is a councilman in Tenafly, New Jersey. Sir, thanks so much for being in here.
Thanks for having me. It's wonderful. I appreciate it.
And every time we have a candidate in, we ask you in the beginning just to tell people about yourself.
So I live in Tenafly, New Jersey with my wife, and 3 of my 4 children still live there. I am a councilman and council president, and I'm acting mayor right now presently. I have a small data management business that's located in Englewood, New Jersey, and that's who I am in a summary.
Let me ask you, so let's bounce off of that.
Sure.
What about that qualifies you to be governor? You're running against some people who have been down in Trenton for a long time, and Mr. Lesniak and Wisniewski, and you are also running against a billionaire. Where do you fit in there?
So if I look at the past 3 or 4 governors who've served New Jersey, they've been professional politicians in different capacities. They've come from, one came from Goldman Sachs, and they left a trail of a mess behind them. So their qualifications of spending a lifetime preparing simply for higher political office isn't what has served the state well. I live in the real world. I have a small business. I have balanced, now going on 6 municipal budgets. So I understand how to run a municipality. Okay, running a state, we have to deliver the same services to the people of the state that I already understand how to deliver, and I relate to and have relationships again with people who live in the real world.
Since you brought up the budget, let's talk about the budget, because the state was downgraded once again, and they specifically said when they downgraded, and the credit bureau said it's because of your pension, because you have not handled the pension. Is the pension system, the way it's currently set up, sustainable?
No, not at all. We keep talking about cutting taxes, saving the pension system, and we do the same thing over and over again every 4 years and every 2 years when we elect legislators. But we don't actually do anything different. We have over 2,000 people in this state whose pensions exceed $100,000 and $150,000 a year.
So would you cap pensions at a certain level?
Oh, absolutely. It's not sustainable otherwise.
And so what would you cap it at? Do you have a figure?
No, I don't have a number, but certainly no pensions would be over $100,000 a year.
And no double pensions?
No double pensions. No. Doesn't make any sense. If you the concept of a pension system is not a get wealthy plan. If you have a school teacher who makes $45,000 a year, the person is a teacher for 40 years or so, they've done a fabulous job, they're going to get a pension that matches the amount of money they made, the labor and the effort and the love they put into their job. But and that person is not the challenge to the situation. The challenges are the people who retire after 25 years, they sit out for the 6-month and 1-day rule, then they get a non-title job with an agency or a city again, and they're back on the payroll.
So people play the system to make certain...
And you know what? They're the smart ones. The smart ones, because they didn't create the system. So the system was created by the state legislator and the governors, and they allow it to go on, and it doesn't get addressed. The people who play the system are the smart ones, and the taxpayers are picking up the tab.
And no pensions while you're still working?
Oh, definitely not, no.
Would that be enough? If you were to eliminate those 3 things, you put a cap on it, no double pensions, no pension while you're working, are there that many people out there that could help fix the pension problem?
So the situation isn't a one solution for everything. So you have to take multiple things. You have to start with the low-hanging fruit. Part of the solution is making the pension payments continually every year. Okay, is recognizing that the state cannot afford the continual increase in the pensions. Your pension should be determined based also on your need. Okay, and then you start to cap the pensions.
Do you have to phase out the pension system? Do you have to start with the 401ks?
No, I would not privatize the pensions for public employees. First off, back up for 1 second. The people who are in the system right now today, they need to be protected. Everything I'm talking about is going forward so that the new players understand the game.
So if people right now are collecting double pensions, they'll be fine?
They'll be fine. Well, it wouldn't be fair to them. Wouldn't be right. You've made a promise to people. You can't break that promise. But the state has to learn from its mistakes and move on.
Let's get to the other hot button topic, which is the school funding formula. Do you think it works the way it is?
So I have a very, my view of school funding in this state is it's funded by property taxes. Our homes do not produce income. We live in our homes, we commute to our offices. School funding should be based on your ability to pay. Should be based on your income, not on the property tax of your house. And this is the problem we have with seniors and people who can't afford to stay in their houses, where they move away because they can't afford the property taxes.
But part of the problem is not the amount of money we have, it's the way it's distributed. And who gets that money. You have wealthy school districts that have more than enough money and poor districts that don't have enough money, basically because a lot of it's the formula.
Well, if you make the assumption money is the only part of the problem, you're 100% correct. So in the borough I live in Tenafly, it costs us about $18,000 a year to educate each student. And almost 100% of the students graduate high school, and about 98% of them go to colleges. So, for instance, in the city of Newark, it costs approximately $26,000 a year to educate the student, and unfortunately, they do not have the same success rate as a borough as Tenafly has. So they have more money, but money is not the only solution to the problems. You know, you look at whether it's Patterson or Newark or Camden or Trenton, they need jobs, they need access to transportation, they need the things that other people in the state have, and it's not just money.
So we have talked a lot about the issues, which is great, but I do want to talk about a little bit of politics.
Sure.
Can we do that when we come right back?
Whatever you'd like.
We'll continue our conversation with Mark Zinna when Jersey Matters continues.